Yo, what's going on, guys? In today's video we'll be ranking all the god bloodlines from worst to best. Now this does count on their ability to do combo potential, their versatility, flexibility, and their moveset in general, and I'll be explaining like briefly throughout each bloodline on why they deserve their place and why why it deserves to stay there. But you guys, this is my opinion, but at the same time I am using basically facts on the bloodline itself. So before we go ahead and start this ranking video, if you guys are new to this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and turn on all post notifications. And yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy this ranking video, and sit back tight and watch me rank some bloodlines. Okay, so last on our list is going to be Rengoku, and the reason why we're putting Rengoku on the last of our list is because obviously it is basically it's cliche, it's up to nobody use it, but it's obsolete. Nobody uses it anymore. Like, the modes are honestly good, but there's no like real reason for somebody to use it apart from just like semi combo potential. It doesn't do as much damage. The hitbox is kind of dumb. And yeah, it's just that there's way better bloodlines out there, especially the god ones. So this is going to be the lowest on our list for that reason, but it is still good nonetheless. Just because it's last doesn't mean it's the worst out of every bloodline out there, but it still is really good. But it's last on our god bloodline list. Now 10th on our list, guys, is going to be Deva Sengoku / Deva Rengoku. The reason why is because most of you guys do know this. I didn't make a video on it before, but the hitbox on these are honestly really bad. If the hitbox is like, watch here, I'm gonna go ahead and use it here. You can't even pull them, guys, and you can only hit them over there, and that's supposing if they just stand there while they wait. It's really easy to dodge it. Just dodge it once and you're outside of it. The B move, yet again, just isn't the best one out of all of it. Third move is good if you hit it, but yeah, the range is honestly pretty bad. Q spec, its range is okay, but yet again, the only thing that makes this at 10th place is because of the range. That's why I see that's why it's very bad for me. But hey, that's what I think. It's really easy to dodge this kind of types of moves, especially if you're just dash a lot in the game and you block. So yeah, that's why it's 10th place. And in 9th place, guys, we are going to have Sengoku. The reason why we are having Sengoku in 9th place is because the combo potential is good, but yet again, it doesn't amount to the the other god bloodlines. If you go ahead and use the moves, this move, they do have iframes now, which makes it really good. Probably on top of the list a bit more, but yeah, the only thing that really carries this is this auto dodge. It's Q spec. It doesn't have a Q spec, but once you're in the second move, or second stage, all you have to do is just M1. It's still really good, but it is going to the bottom or the 9th place just because of that. The mode drain is still insane. It drains a lot of mode. I don't feel like you can keep up with this mode, and yet again, the hitbox is honestly pretty low as well for all bloodlines, obviously. But yeah, just the only iframe it has is this one, and it just carries the whole bloodline up with the auto dodge as well. So that's why it's in 9th place, guys. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the 8th place now. Now in 8th place, guys, we do have Tengoku, and you can argue the fact that Sengoku should be above it or below it, but I'm putting Tengoku at 8th. The reason why is because it's really high damage and it just gets the job done really quickly. So you do have obviously a C spec that does a ton of damage, it's auto tracks. You do have a V spec that once you go ahead and hit them, or first spec, it does a ton of damage and knocks them back as well. This one's an auto tracker as well, so it just auto tracks whoever you're aiming at, and that one does over 100k or can do 100k. And obviously we have the light beam. It's really good to use it at a far range because you can go ahead and move it, and that just produces more damage output. That one can go up to 110k as well. So that's the reason why we're putting it there. If you know how to use it really correctly, or correctly as heck, then easy W. There's no Q spec, but those moves honestly do a lot of damage if paired right, if used right. Look at that, you can just do it, hit it once, and it does a ton of damage. So it's really this tier list, or this basic ranking system, is basically for those that know how to use the bloodline well. But yeah, Tengo is going to 8th, and let's go ahead and go into 7th place right now. Alright, guys, in 7th place we do have Sartori Rengoku / Sartori Gold, whatever you want. It's just a reskin. The reason why I'm putting this is because its combo potential is okay. There's not really much that's good about it. The Q spec is really good. I'd say the Z spec is okay. It's not too shabby, not too good. It just doesn't do as much damage as Rain Rengoku, and it's really easy to miss those shots like that. It's a very basically dead bloodline. I basically see the mode at all in comp anymore. The sun is a very good move as well, and I feel like the sun clones are used a lot due to its stun, and move isn't used as much because it doesn't do as much damage as other bloodlines, and it doesn't have a combo potential after that because it just launches your opponent somewhere else. E spec, this is okay, but honestly it doesn't amount to all the bloodlines. The extended M1 is really good, but yet again the cooldown is insane. It's just overlooking the fact that it's not as good as the other bloodlines just based on it. But yeah, that's basically why there's no auto dodge, there's no iframe, I'm pretty sure. And I just say probably the clones are the ones that carry it. But hey, maybe if it receives a buff in the future, then it'll be good. But for now, it's gonna go stay at 7th place. And let's go ahead and go to 6th place now, I guess. Okay guys, for 6th place we do have Renshiki, and the reason why we are having Renshiki is because, first of all guys, I basically lowballed this bloodline a lot. Honestly, it's really good. It exceeded my expectation once I used it a lot. But first of all, we do have a really high damage slam, which does 60k damage, 50-70k, and it's insane. Then we have an auto tracking, you know, chakra ball from, you know, the one that he used against Naruto. This is basically Momoshiki's bloodline. We have obviously a C-spec that basically, you know, you can glide it around and it's definitely most likely to hit the opponent. Then we also have a Q-spec, which obviously same thing, summons the same balls that are, or shoot-seeking orbs, I guess you could call it, that are auto tracking. And then we have this really goated move. Apparently it's one of the best iframes. I talked about it to Lyra. He told me that this is one of the best iframes. So it's basically the first move. If you hold it, you can hold it for 1 to 5 seconds, and it literally absorbs every single thing that is thrown at you. Every single thing, whether it's an M1 combo, whether it's a auto dodge, blast, or something, everything, it gets absorbed. So, and you can hold up to 5 seconds, and it's basically iframe. You cannot get damaged in it whatsoever. So that's the reason why we're putting it in 6th place. Honestly, high damage, high velocity, high flexibility, and very good combo potential. Honestly, like, it doesn't knock back them, but it just stuns them, and you can go ahead and go to M1, you know, Q-spec it and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why it's gonna be at 6th place. But I feel like it deserves a good spot. So let's go ahead and go into 5th place. Alright guys, in 5th place we're going to have Rain Rengoku. The reason why we have Rain Rengoku in here is because its moves are honestly used a lot. It has a second mode which honestly carries its insane, you know, goated thing, and you can just use this in basically everything. Like, it's really goated. Like, you have obviously the switch places with Inferno, then you have the Genjutsu, and then we have this move that everyone basically uses, is the pull move, or I used to see a lot, and that one's really OP as well, since it pulls you all the way and it gives you a burning damage. So yeah, and then obviously you have the Z-spec. And what's fun about this is it's basically a double mode, which means that once you are at 0 mode, aka like you know, if you go ahead and go back to 0 mode from this, you use your second mode, which I do not have on this account, which is my bad. It resets it back to level it resets back your mode to 10,000 essentially, and you have 90 seconds in the second form. But honestly, this bloodline, aka Rain Rengoku, does deserve its place as 5th because of how flexible its combo potential is. It can lead straight into you know, a combo for basically everything. You can go ahead and ragdoll them and put them in a Genjutsu where they can't move at all. And you know, you obviously have the second mode, which does a bunch of damage, but that's why it's going to be in 5th place. It does not have basically a counter, but I'm pretty sure the iframe is the first move where you can't get hit in it once you can't get hit in it once you absorb everyone. So yeah, it's very good to just use it last second if you think you're gonna get damaged, but that's why I put it at 5th place, guys. And let's go ahead and go into 4th place. Alright guys, now in 4th place we're gonna have Doku Tengoku slash Doku Scorpion. The reason why is because obviously it has one of the best auto dodges out there. Its moves are insane. So you know, let's get straight over it. So the stab boost's pretty nice. We obviously have a 3 hand sign air blast that reaches all the way here, which is insane. Then we have a no hand sign rocket push, basically that takes chakra as well as does a bunch of damage, you know. And we have the Q spec, which obviously auto tracks. That one's insane. And we have a C spec, which, you know, is basically Ryuji Kenichi 2.0 for one of its moves. And then I do not have a person to show it, but you know, I do have this. The auto dodge here is insane. You can use that at any point in time. If you're in a combo, you can click N and you'll use it, and it just does a bunch of damage. It's basically the 128 trigrams fold, and you just hit on them a bunch of times. So that's the reason why it's going to 4th place. It's just insane, high combo potential as well. And you know, it's just a bunch of auto tracking, you know, iframe, not really iframes, but I think it's iframe. But this third move, the auto counter, is just insane, and it's one of the best auto counters out there. So that's why it's gonna go into 4th place. Now in 3rd place we do have Shindai Rengoku, and Shindai Rengoku was meant to be one of the best bloodlines, but that is over top. So let's get straight into this. So obviously the combo potential on this is insane. We do have a Shiver M1, which means it stuns them and it basically knocks them back. So it does a bunch of damage, it stuns them, and it has like a lightning effect afterwards. Pretty nice. And we always have the double sun, which does do a lot of damage. And we have a block breaking move, which is obviously Majestic Flame Destroyer, pretty nice. And then we have the Kurama auto dodge, or Kurama, you know, summon clone. So if you get hit, obviously it will summon Kurama Shindai clones, and that's really good for, you know, if you have if you're just trying to like get some damage in and trying to back away from the fight. Then we also have the triple sun, which puts him to sleep, and you also have that, and after that it can lead to an M1 combo. So like I said, the combo potential is insane. And then yet again, we do have clones of yourself, which could be paired with the suns. So if you go ahead and use it, you know, and his M1 combo them, obviously your clones will follow up and just M1 them. And it's insane. It does just a bunch of damage, and yet again, the versatility, you can use a bunch of these moves on it for like an insane amount of time. But yeah, that's gonna be third place, guys, and that's the reason I put it there, because obviously it's insane on how much combo potential Shindo Rengoku has. But you know, it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good. But yeah, let's go ahead and go into second place right now. Okay, guys, and the second place is none other than, you know, Kagoku. The reason why I'm putting Kagoku in second place and not first place is because obviously another god bloodline does overthrow it. But first of all, we're gonna have extended or ranged M1s, which do basically 10k each time. It's pretty insane. You know, it's nice, but it doesn't amount to, like, you know, the other M1s. So this is like, this M1 is really easy to dodge yet again, so you have to be really close to it in order to like actually hit it, and that would be the best one. Then we do have this 100k damage thing, or like 80k damage, which does a bunch of damage, you know, pretty nice. Then we have obviously the pull, which then extends into like a bunch of ashy bones. And then we have the end move, which once you like attack somebody, you do a bunch of damage here. Pretty insane. You have the Q spec, which summons your tailed beast, which you're able to throw a bunch of balls or explosions, but this does take a lot of chi, but it does do a lot of damage and does not knock them back. It just puts them into that, so you can just spam it a lot. Then you have the C spec, where obviously you summon a bunch of, I don't even know what this is, I'm pretty sure these are Rasengans, just like smashing into you. And one of the best things you do have is going to be obviously the dimensions, if I can just use it. I don't know why it doesn't let me use it. Maybe I have to go back into mode. But the dimensions are really OP because it changes your M1 every time. So if we go ahead and go into sand dimension, if we can even, please, you know, we can't even. Okay, but yeah, basically you have like a sand dimension, you have an lava dimension, and you do have an ice dimension, and each dimension does change your M1, but that's about all. But the reason why we're putting a second is again because this does have a bunch of combo potential. It doesn't have really any knockback moves, and if you hit it right, yet again, if you are right with the Bloodline, it will do a bunch of damage. But that is why we're putting it all the way in second place, because look at it, it just does a bunch of damage. You know, if you aim it right, yet again, just high damage, high everything, and I just think it's worth it putting it in second place. But we're gonna go ahead and go to honorable mentions right now, and then we'll go and show the first one. All right, guys, for honorable mention number 1, we do have Borimaki. The reason I'm putting Borimaki on honorable mention is because obviously people do say it's not a god bloodline, but it honestly is, because it does have the powers of the Otsutsuki. You know, basically the karma seal. It is basically, you know, the pigmentation, the implantment of the Otsutsuki powers basically, but it does not have, you know, Goku in its name, nor is it like, you know, or classified as a god bloodline to most people. But I'm putting it there as an honorable mention because, you know, for the people that actually believe it's a god bloodline, I'm putting it here. But you know, if it were on the list, it'd probably be around like, you know, 7th to 5th, and then Kamaki shortly following. But yeah, the reason we have it as honorable mention because obviously it's still good. Honestly, you have auto tracking if you hit it right, and then you obviously have the teleport. Then you have like a third move, which is high damage. Basically, the reason why I'm putting it, you know, if you hit all those, high damage as heck. You know, C spec as well. You know, just basically hits anybody, takes cooldown off of them. And then you also have a second mode, which is honestly insane. But yeah, that's why we're putting an honorable mention, guys, number 1, and we're gonna go to honorable mention number 2, which you guys probably know already. And honorable mention number 2 is going to be obviously Kamaki. It is basically its other half, and the reason why is because it's a really good PvE bloodline, but as well it's a really good PvP bloodline as well. So PvP and PvE, it does excel. It does have 2 forms, you know, like I said, the full one and the half one, and the Q spec is just insane with the, you know, lasers, just a bunch of damage milliseconds. And then we also have the cancel out thingy as well. If you hit on somebody, it will basically implant them with stuff. Then we also have the boxes, which are insane because there's a free 25k damage, and you can also click on the Q to, you know, to like obviously get out of the damage. You can put it anywhere as well, and then you can basically just click on it to get out. You know, it's pretty insane. And then we also have the third move, which is obviously, you know, tracking on them. And then what's good about this is if they're low or the charging chakra, just click on them, and then, you know, you're good with that. So it has high combo potential, but yet again, people do not classify it as a god bloodline because it doesn't have Goku in its name, or it doesn't have the same symbol as many of the other ones. But yeah, that's basically all the honorable mentions, guys, and we're gonna go into first place now. But yeah, if they were in obviously the list, then they'd probably be very, very low. When I mean that, like probably like I'd say like 4th to like 7th place, I guess. But yeah, let's go to number 1 out of all the god bloodlines now. All right, guys, now for number 1, it is going to be yet again Forge Rengoku / Forge Sengoku. The reason why this does stay at number 1 is because it just has like the most amount of insane combo potential out there. Like, first of all, we do have a Z spec, which just literally ragdolls them. It's free damage and it's a large hitbox area, so once you just hit one on them, they get ragdolled, they can't do much. Then you have a Q spec, which basically sends them to Narnia and does 50k, and right once they're off like out of it, you can go ahead and M1 combo. And then we do have, you know, this like ragdoll thing where you use mode and you shoot, you know, at them. It does take 500 of your mode, but it does do a lot of damage and worth it in the end, because they can't literally move, like they're stuck. It's one of the most annoyingest bloodlines out there. Then we do have this mode, which you can use in comp, and it just takes away their mode. If you hit it right, it takes away all their mode, and it does like a bunch of damage as well. Then we have like, you know, sucky thingy, where it just sends them into the dimension as well. And as well as you having domain and then their name. So if you put domain and name in chat, it puts them in the domain and you get to 1v1 them, and it's honestly just a bunch of damage. And yeah, this is why it's in first place. But yeah, that's basically all I have for the video, guys. That is my ranking system. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, make sure you guys smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, and turn on all post notifications so you guys know whenever I post. I honestly think this is a very fair you know, ranking, I guess. But if you guys want to change it a bit, make sure you guys do. It doesn't really matter. I honestly think that this is just the best out of all of them, and it just does a ton of damage, a ton of it has a ton of versatility, flexibility, combo potential. It's just insane basically. So yeah, you guys can go ahead and move one up or one down if you guys want in the tier list or ranking system, but I feel like they are good wherever they you know, they stand. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys have a good day / night, and peace out, Senkai gang. Have a good one.